The Air Force wants to send its remaining 162 A-10 Warthogs to the boneyard in 2026, marking the end of this legendary air support jet's nearly half-century spanning service life. Now, sending these Warthogs out to pasture, the Air Force says, will free up much-needed funds for more modern and survivable aircraft that can fly the close air support mission, as well as other high-end operations, platforms like the F-15EX and, to a lesser extent, the F-35. Now, the mighty A-10 was already living on borrowed time, with plans already underway to retire the whole fleet before the close of this decade. But the truth is, that timeline was based more on politics than strategic need. You see, the Air Force has been trying to retire its A-10s for years now, but lawmakers have consistently rejected those efforts, predicated in no small part on the aircraft's extreme popularity among infantry troops and the general public, who all regularly sing the Warthog's praises as a vital close air support asset, especially throughout the multi-decade spanning global war on terror. But despite the A-10's massive 30mm GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon and the jet's legendary toughness, its detractors are quick to point out that the Warthog was really only valuable in these counter-terror operations because, well, America was fighting against an adversary with no appreciable air power or air defenses to speak of. In a conflict against any adversary with even minor air defense capabilities, the low and slow-flying A-10 would make for a very easy target. And while I can't help but love the Warthog as a Marine veteran with an affinity for the jet's telltale, the truth is, popular perception of the Warthog's close air support chops don't really match up with reality. Air Force documents show that since 2001, A-10s have only flown about 20% of America's close air support missions, with fighters like the F-15E Strike Eagle, F-16, and the F-35 accounting for most of the rest. And of that 20% of close air support missions flown by Warthogs, only a fraction of those actually saw the jet use its legendary cannon. The fact of the matter is, flying a giant machine gun straight at your enemy at low speeds and low altitudes while blasting a veritable laser beam of depleted uranium Red Bull cans at them may be objectively rad, but it's also not usually the most effective way to conduct the close air support mission. And to that point, the small and nimble F-16 has just as many hardpoints as the legendary Warthog, while both the F-15E and the new F-15EX have even more. Now, the A-10 does, however, beat all of these aircraft in terms of loiter time, and that is not something to scoff at, but fighters can cover more ground much more quickly and can fly a wide variety of other mission sets rather than just the close air support one. And maybe most important of all, even non-stealth fourth-generation fighters like the F-15 and F-16 are seen as much more survivable in contested airspace than the flying tank that is the Warthog. So, while old-timers are sure to lament the A-10's retirement and they'll shake their fists at the sky because they don't like the newfangled F-35 or the way kids are dressing these days, the A-10 has already exceeded its intended service life, and sometimes things just have to change. But whether or not that change comes hard and fast over the next year, or more delicately over the next 5, is going to be hashed out by lawmakers arguing about the budget in the days and weeks ahead.